All right, so hopefully my audio is still working. I see by um, the chat there, and the indicator that my audio is working. So I would like to let me move over, because my dog is choosing this time to introduce himself, and I think he's asking to go outside. So this is probably going to be a quick stream. So a couple things. One, I want to give a big shout out to Allie Miller, who had and Noelle for somehow I think her influence brought this into my feed. So this is interesting. Copy and paste an article, and you can ask it to, can you summarize this article? So these are all things that I did not know that GPT-3 could do. Yet here we are. It's just I know I'm jumping on the GPT-3 bandwagon, and I am jumping on it kind of fast and furiously. It came out while I was at reInvent, so I was kind of heads down on a lot of this stuff, but heads down on other things related to AI and data science. Not the least was which was working on the demos, making sure they worked. And what's fascinating about this is the things that this can do that are not necessarily immediately obvious. So um, look at what this can do. Obviously, I kind of thought that this would come up with ways around writer's block. Let me zoom in. Um, but if you looked at my LinkedIn feed today, you will see. Let's see. Let's go here. A video I produced yesterday, actually last night, where I essentially asked. Um, okay, it's gonna be difficult. But if you look at my LinkedIn feed over the last are we going to see my own video here? It's going to be all recursive. There was a video, and of course, it's not going to load because, live stream. There we go. Where I asked GPT-3, what can you tell me about OpenShift? And it came up with a pretty good description. And so I have another bit of software I have that I can generate a human avatar. You've seen it with Bailey, kind of our AI character on the Data Driven podcast. And if you listen to it, it came out pretty good. I mean, the only complaint I had was the way it pronounced Kubernetes, Kubernetes, which I can't completely fault it, but still, just the idea that that was really a prompt. That was just a prompt. I just said, "What is OpenShift? What is Red Hat OpenShift?" Boom! It came up with this pretty good script of what to do. Now, the thing that kind of blew me away was this here. It was copy and paste an article and summarize this article. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an article I wrote and I'm going to use the power of the history tab and look for MSDN magazine. And this is the last article I wrote for MSDN before the magazine shut down. And I'm going to copy a little bit of this text. I did know there is a certain amount of overlap. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to hope that ChatGPT 3 will do this. So I'm going to type in, can you summarize this article for me? I'm going to paste, and I'm going to hit enter. And look at this. This is amazing. When you ask it to describe things, it does a really good job of explaining things in a really well orchestrated. I'm going to shut the overlay off so we get more screen. All right, so basically, this is what came back. The article discusses the ethical and legal debates surrounding the use of facial recognition technology. It explains the difference between face detection and face recognition, and describes two algorithms used for face detection: Viola Jones and histogram of oriented gradients. Now, if you look at the original article, and I'm going to spare you me reading this out, that's exactly what I discover. That's amazing. That's amazing. And get this, I could go here, and I can ask it, can you explain histogram of oriented gradients? And watch what this is going to do. It does a really good job of explaining this relatively complicated concept that I remember having to write this article, and it was not exactly. I struggled kind of coming up with a way where I didn't kind of get lost in the details, right? And a lot of technical writers out there know exactly what I'm talking about. But think about that. Like, that's just amazing. I mean, that's just blows my mind. And if I can ask it to explain, can you explain that in, try this. I have no idea what's going to happen. In simpler terms, that a fifth work would understand. Let's see if it'll do it. Two things are going on here. Um, One, it knows the context of what I'm explaining when I said that. And let's see if this is any easier. Sure. Imagine you have a picture of a face on your computer. The This is actually pretty good. The program does this by looking for edges, which are the lines in one part of the picture stops and the other one begins. For instance, the edge of a person's nose is where the skin stops and the air begins. The program looks for these edges by checking each pixel in the picture. A pixel is the smallest part of a picture and comparing it to the pixels around it. If the color or brightness of the pixels is different, it means there's an edge there. And the program divides the picture into smaller pieces and averages out all the edge information it found. This helps the computer figure out where the face is in the picture. This is astounding. This is astounding. Think about this. I could paste. The whole article ended up being more than what the copy buffer could do, which I had to figure out. Maybe read the documents. But I mean, look at this. Look at how good this is. This is absolutely insane. You know, I had thought naively perhaps that, the creative arts would be the last to be impacted by AI, but clearly, I mean, if I can just ask it, like, if I said, what is Red Hat OpenShift? Now, I do notice it doesn't spit out the same description all the time. What this is going to do is going to explain it, and you're probably going to guarantee it's going to be a little bit different than the script that we saw. But what if I ask it now, can you explain that terms in a way that a fifth grader would understand? And I hear noises upstairs, which means my youngest is home. So I'm going to have to drop the stream soon. Look at this. This is absolutely astounding. I have to say, like and I've only done one of the things that Ali Miller pointed out in her post. So let's see what else she pointed out. Coding, right? All right. In fairness, I was already doing that. Like, what's the most efficient way to loop through a list? I've had it generate SQL queries. I've had it down to generate things like that for me. Planning. Now, this is interesting. Oh, let's see what this prompt will do. I tell you, I want to have this thing up on my window all the time. This is like the vision of Cortana, like realized. Like, you have an actual like virtual assistant. Look at this. I mean, easier said than done, but the fact that you can break down a really complicated task, or the AI can break down a really complicated task with so little prompting from me, is nothing short of astounding. I mean, this is just amazing. All right, let's see what else she pointed out. Creativity. I'm going to turn 40 years old soon. I want to celebrate my. All right, let's ask it this. I'm a touch older, but I may ask similar questions. I mean, I do like Korean barbecue and archery. All right. I don't like musicals, but you know what I do like? Kung fu movies. Here we go. Kung fu movies and the Wu Tang Clan. See what that does? That's actually a good idea. Rent out a private theater. This is pretty inspirational, like in terms of ideas. All right, let's see. But notice that it picked out kind of those two things, or three, it's four things, but kind of combined what it could combine together. Let's see what the other thing is. And I have yet another dog asking for attention. Um, let's see, motivation. There we go. That's a good one. I think we can all use that. Can you give me three motivational phrases? See what this does. I mean, pretty good. I mean, I have to say, I am, let's see what happens if I edit this. Oh, cancel. Let's try one more thing. How do you say fortune favors the bold in French? I was messing around with this. Well, there you go. That's impressive. And I have to say, I am continually amazed at what GPT-3 can do. I am continually alarmed at what GPT-3 can do. Um, so with that, I'm gonna go check on the kids and probably clean my office. Uh, and with that, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for chiming in, and let me know if there's anything you would want me to ask GPT-3 live on the air or chat GPT. But of course, you can do that yourself. And in the comments below, share what amazes you most about GPT, chat GPT. Gotta get the name right. Have a good one.